Good morning to everybody out there on YouTube. This is a teacher's life coming to you today. It is Sunday, January 13th, and there's a few things I want to talk about. First of all, we'll talk about our goals, and then we'll talk about what I learned from my first Amazon shipment. Just did that yesterday. And the secret to eBay and Amazon. We'll talk a little bit about just giving you the secret, because it's not really a secret, but we'll talk about that. All right, first let's talk about my goals. Some of the goals I've eliminated because I've part of it was for me to decide whether I wanted to do it or not. Like the flea market, I've looked into it. I've decided that at this time it's not a good idea to start. Just because I think it's going to take a while to get started and to get to where it can be worth it. And with me being kind of up in the air with where I'm going to be next year as far as education goes, whether I'm going to be teaching here or moving somewhere else to be principal, that's up in the air. So I don't want to start this here and then realize that I don't have time because I had to move or something. So something like that. So I'm not going to get it started right now. It's on the back burner. It's going to be something that I think it could be profitable. It could be worthwhile, but I'm not gonna start a flea market at this time. So that goes out. It's done. I've done the research. And that was the goal, is to do the research and see if it was profitable, and if it was, then go on to do it. But I think right now it's best to wait. Some good news on goal. That's my dog being a big baby. I just let him out. So, but what's the matter with you? Huh? What's the matter? He just wants to be loved. That's all. Let's see if I can get a. Can't really see him, but see a little bit of big old Hercules. But anyway, back to my goals. My goal is to lose 2 pounds a week. Last week I lost just over 6 pounds. My scale goes tenth of a pound. I lost just over 6 last week. I lost exactly 2 this week, and my weekly goal is to lose 2. So I hit the goal. It was a little bit of a. I know why I didn't do as well as last week, but it comes down to simply I went back to work, and there wasn't as much time to list on eBay. There wasn't as much time to do any of that stuff. So I didn't work out really at all this week. Since like Sunday. So last week, a week ago. So I know why I didn't lose as much, but you know what? I still hit my goal for the week. So, just eating right is helping. And, hopefully that first week coming back was a little tough, and we'll see if I can't do a little better this week. We'll see. But you know what? If I'm losing 2 pounds a week, I'm very happy with that. So I really can't complain, especially when I didn't put in the time and energy that I could have. Plus that, if I ever get this haircut, I'll probably lose about 2 pounds there too. So it's not as good as it was last week, but it's still success. It's kind of like if you win a ball game, you won it by 1, but you should have won it by 20. You walk out of there with the win and call it good. That's what Alabama fans tell me anyway. But anyway, so the weight loss, I'm on track. The goal for listing is I want to do $1,600 a month. Remember, I'm a part-time reseller, so my goal is $1,600 listed a month. And break that down, I need to do about 16 divided by 4, $400, a little under $400 a week because there's a partial week in there. So let me look here. Get my goals out. Comes down to $360 every full week in January, and that I want to list, and then like in that little 3 days after the 4 weeks, then I want to get 160 in that week, that partial week. So if I hit $1,600 a month through regular months, then it's going to be I'll hit my $20,000 listed goal for the year. So I'm working towards that, and I knew that this was going to be a hard week coming back. It always is hard coming back to work. The kids are exhausting because they're used to not being up that early, and you have kids trying to sleep, and you're trying to keep them awake, and you're trying to stay awake yourself sometimes. So it's a hard week on us coming back as teachers. It's a hard week on the kids. So I knew that every year, there's 20 years in education, I know how that's going to work out. So I made sure to list a lot more last week when I had the time, and then to make it up. So I only listed I think 7 things this week. So, that comes down to my goal is to list how many? If I list 80 items, and I only listed 7 this week, but I listed 42 the week before, so I'm still ahead of pace. I've got 49 items, so I still have enough that if I just have a slow week again this week, I can still be on target from a month ago. So kind of like you know that you're going to go slow for a week, you're going to have something happen. You're going to be in for surgery or something. You do more the week before. That way you stay the course, and you're caught up. YouTube channel going great. I've got my 3 videos a week. That's my goal, and I got 3 in. I consider the week the first 7 days of the month, second 7 days of the month, and so on. So I've got 3 videos a week going. So I'm on pace for YouTube. Amazon, I got my first shipment in yesterday. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I did meet that goal, and we've got Amazon running, and we'll see how long it takes us to get up to full speed. Still working on the principal's job. I'll be honest, the house, I'm not getting a lot done with the house, but I'm not moving till summer, so I got time with that. Spend more quality time with my wife. That's a goal I've got for this year. Honestly, I'm not going to spend enough time with her. I enjoy spending time with her. I've been married for 26 years. We're married because we like to spend some time around each other. Now, there's times when probably she needs a break from me, but we spend quite a bit of time together. But it's never enough. You always wish that you had more time, but that's just the way it is. But my goal is to make sure I spend more time with her, and with the work situation this week, it's been hectic. We tried, but it's not enough time. It never is. Take a vacation. We're going to take a vacation. Can't take one now. We're in school. So I don't know about March or maybe this summer, but we are going out to Colorado to visit family. But that's not my vacation. That's a family thing. Got my nieces. They're going to graduate, and I got some students that have asked me to come to their graduation as well, at a different high school on a different day. So we're gonna go out there right at the very beginning of summer, and we'll go to some vacation. Maybe I'll shoot some scenery of the mountains and things like that while we're out there. But that's not my vacation, but we are going to be taking a vacation, and we'll see how that goes. Let's talk about what I learned from my first Amazon shipment. It was interesting. Anytime you try something new, there's a learning curve, and um, the end up shipping out 3 boxes of stuff and to 3 different places. And the first box took me a long time because I wasn't organized. I didn't have everything the way it was supposed to be, to where I could just get to everything and print the labels and stick them on as I went. I didn't know what I was doing, honestly, and I didn't check before to see that I had tape. I always have shipping tape because I do eBay, and I buy it by multiples. I don't buy just one and then go. I buy multiples, and I thought I had some more on my shelf over here, and so I ran out. No big deal. Take it off the road. Go get me another one. I'm out. I could have sworn I had another one. At least one. I thought I had a whole package of them, but I didn't. So I wasn't organized there. I had to stop in the middle of what I was doing and go to Walmart, because that's the closest place. Grab me a few rolls of tape. Come back to the house. Get started again. Well, that was hard to do, because you stop and then, okay, where was I? What did I do last? And you got to get. It's like stopping a big truck. You stop the big truck, and then you got to start again, and it starts out slow, and it takes a while to get that speed back up. So the first one took me just less than forever. The second and third, I got those two done in way less time than it took me to do the first one. Second and third combined took me less time to do the first one, because I took a little time. I cleaned off I've got a table that I use. I cleaned that off and got a little organized and whipped them out real quick. And next time, that's how I'm going to start out. Is I'm going to put everything on the table, and then when I need to reach for something, then it's right there. I'm not looking in this box, looking at that box, looking at that box. I've got them all out and ready to go, and all I got to do is, there it is. So that'll be more helpful next time. It's a learning experience. There's a learning curve to it, and I'm sure once I've done this for a while, I'll be quicker about it, and I'll know how to do it. Part of it was I'd been procrastinating on it because I was kind of worried about, well, am I going to be able to get this done? How am I going to fix all these things? How am I going to make sure that everything is right? And honestly, it's not that hard. It's not. The hardest thing is getting started on it, and then figuring out how you're going to do something. And you don't know how you're going to do it till you do it. It's experience. And so I dealt with that. I figured it out, and I know how I'm going to do it better next time. It is different, and we'll see how it works. Now, I may get a notice from Amazon, don't ever ship it like this again. I don't think I will. I think everything was good, but I shipped off a lot of stuff, and we'll see what happens with it, and hopefully it'll sell. Had a lot of tools on there, had some yarn in there, had a couple of I had a LeBron James figure with the Lakers in there, a whole bunch of little stuff, some fishing supplies I've had here that I've had on my list to sell on eBay that I bought new, that when a Kmart went out of business, that I've had for years, that I use myself, but I still had a whole bunch of those. I sent those in. Should make pretty good money on those. There's just a lot of miscellaneous stuff, which I think that's what a lot of people have, is a lot of miscellaneous stuff. I think the most I had of any one item was 4. So we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to in a week or so seeing that it's there, and then having it having it starting selling slow. You know, you can't sell if you don't put in, which leads me to my next thing, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Um, I will be more organized next time. Organization is key for Amazon because I'm putting in I don't know how many items that I had in there that were ready to go. Um, I don't know, maybe 60, 65 items maybe, and it's just a matter of getting it ready to go. And I will be more organized to start. I thought I was organized when I started, but I wasn't because I had stuff still in the box. So, but I will keep it more organized next time, and I think it'll go a lot faster. I think probably next time it's going to be a bigger order. That's my goal, is to get more stuff sent in at a time, and so and to buy more stuff. I don't know how often I'll send in right now. Ideally, I'd like to send in a big shipment once a week, but I'm not to that point yet. Someday I will be, maybe, but right now I'm not. I can't send in one shipment a week. It's a matter of time. I don't have time to do it, to go and shop at all these different places and get it. When I have some time, I will go shopping, and I have been, and I've already got some stuff for the next order. But we'll see how things go. But the key to the Amazon shipment, what I see, is getting organized, having all your stuff ready to go, so you can see where it's at, not have to dig through the same pile 3 or 4 times. That was what slowed me up. All right, now to the big one. The secret to success on eBay and Amazon is real simple. Came to me last night. I couldn't sleep. Watching, I think it's called Gold Rush. You're flipping through channels. There's nothing. You've already watched Sports Center, so you've already seen all the highlights. You know who won, who lost, and it's just the same thing repeated. So you're flipping through channels. I found Gold Rush. It's these fellas that are up in Alaska, and they're basically digging dirt and putting it in these sluices and seeing how much gold they can find. And it comes out, it's very much like eBay and Amazon from what I see. eBay and Amazon are a smaller scale, at least for me, for most of us probably. Ain't none of us making probably, what they say, $2,000 an hour. When the plant goes down, they're losing $2,000 an hour and lost gold. I ain't ever made $2,000 an hour for anything, legal or illegal. I ain't done it. Some of you may have, but so I'm on a smaller scale. Their thing is just put the dirt in and let it wash it out. Put the dirt in, let it wash out. The more dirt you put in, the more gold you find. And same thing with eBay and Amazon. The more time you're in those stores looking for stuff, the more things you find. The more things you find, the more things you list. The more you list, the more money you make. And that's the key that a lot of people don't get. You have to consistently be listing. I know it's hard to do. I did several months ago. I didn't list a thing for the month. I had so many things going on in my personal life, so many things going on in school, that I don't think I listed a thing for about a month and a half, probably about 6 weeks. That's not the way to do eBay. And if you're not listing, you're out. And here's what I see on eBay, and I haven't seen anything on Amazon yet because I just sent them my first shipment. But what I see on eBay is when I'm listing consistently, I sell stuff, and not necessarily just the new stuff. I'll sell stuff I've had on there forever. And so if you're listing, you get it sold. You sell more. But if you're not listing, it's not going to sell sitting in your death pile. It's not going to sell Hey, buddy, it's not going to sell sitting in a store. If you want to make sales, you got to go out and buy the stuff, and you gotta you gotta list it. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I put myself on a budget that I can only spend so much a week, because if I don't, I will just go and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy. And I've done that. And I've had a whole room full of stuff I needed listed. But you got to make sure you keep your business well rounded. Doesn't do you any good on the gold field to put make big piles of dirt that you need to sluice, but don't sluice it. Not doing you any good. Same thing with eBay. Don't do you any good to buy all that stuff if you're not going to list it. So I try to buy, and then for me, this is what works for me. I buy, and then I try to get it all listed before I buy more. So if I go out today and I spend a couple $100, then I want to get that stuff listed before I get new stuff, because right after I buy it is when I'm most excited about it, and so I want to get it listed. Whether it's eBay or Amazon, I want to get it listed. And then when I have some time to go out later in the week and go buy some more, then I will go do that. But I try to get it listed as soon as I get it. I still have probably about 6 things left to list that I haven't done that with. On eBay, I think I'm all caught up on everything I've bought on Amazon. For Amazon, I'm all caught up on it. But I still have probably about 6 things I need to list on eBay, test it and list it, because like a couple of them are games that you got to test to make sure that they work. But I do need to catch up on that. I take that back. More like probably 20 items. So I forgot I got some stuff in my storage. But I don't always follow that. But the key to eBay and Amazon, list. Get stuff on. You ain't going to sell it if it's not on there. And the more you sell, the more you list, the more you're going to sell. Now, talk about my budget. I budget, depends on what I'm doing. I try to, like, right now my budget's kind of small. I'm doing like a little over $200 a week that I'm wanting to buy, because I know I don't have time to list $10,000 worth of stuff every week. What I do though is, as I go, my budget increases, and that way I can afford a big sell. Now, I don't always stick to my budget. If I see something at the store, and for me to buy it all, it's going to be $500, I'll go over that. When I was just doing yard sales and stuff like that, I would have a budget, but if I found a yard sale where there's a lot of stuff with buying, you never know what you're going to find from day to day. So if you find a lot of stuff today, you better get it. And so I would go over budget sometimes, but then there would be weeks when I didn't find anything at the yard sales because there just wasn't good stuff. And then there would be weeks where I'd go to 10 yard sales and around here, and there'd be one that was worth it. And in other weeks there'd be 3 yard sales, and every one of them had good stuff. And so you got to buy when the buying's good, but if you're going to buy, make sure you have time to list it. And if you don't have time, there'd be times where, I didn't have time to get this listed, and I still got a whole bunch of stuff. Instead of me going out to spend some time at the yard sales, I'd go and list for a little bit. And that way the next weekend I could go to the yard sales. So I think that's the way it's going to be with Amazon as well, is if there's good stuff, I'll buy it, and I'll go over budget if I have to. But I got to get that listed before I go back out. And because it doesn't do me any good to have $1 million worth of inventory if it's all set in my eBay room, and it doesn't do me any good to have $1 million in my bank account, like I got that, if it's sitting in the bank and not making me money. So I list what I know I have time to. I'll buy what I have time to list, And like during the summer, when it's the summer break hits, the last couple of years I've worked half a day during the summer at school, and so I've had more time to list, so my budget goes up. And plus, there's a lot more yard sales in the summer than there is in January. There was one inside sale this week, and I think they were Amazon sellers that were just tired of listing and wanted to sell some stuff there and trying to get the same price. So, but there's not many sales right now, so there's and I'm busier, so I'm not doing as much buying. But during the summer, my number of purchase amount is higher because I have time to list it, and the more you list, the more you're going to sell. So, especially if you're listing the right things. Obviously, if you're listing things that aren't good and you're listing them for high prices, they're not going to sell as well as if you're listing good stuff that people want. But it's just it's a simple game. Just list, and then list, and then list some more, and then list some more, and then list one more time. So get out there, list, keep it going. Just remember, eBay and Amazon, they're good ways to make money, but you got to put in the time and the effort. And if you do that, you go out, you spend time buying, you're buying quality stuff, and then you list, you're going to make money. And a lot of people talk about, well, I didn't get as much as I wanted out of this. Well, to be honest with you, you make your money when you buy. If I buy something for $3 and I sell it and I think I can sell it for 10, then that's a better buy because what if it kind of tanks after I get it? I'm not selling for 6. I put it on for 6 and it sells for 6. I only made $3. But if I buy something if I buy the same thing for $5 and it only sells for 6, I'm barely paying. I might be paying fees if I may lose money on the transaction. So you gotta get the right buy price, and then the sell price you got a little more fluctuation. So you wanna. I try to get stuff that I can play with, and if it doesn't sell for what I think it will, I can put it down a little bit and still make some money on it. If I buy something I will pay up for something. For example, there was a trailer a few years ago I bought, didn't make a whole lot of money on it, but I knew somebody who was looking for it, so I took some pictures of it. I told the guy, I said, hey, I'm buying this for somebody else. Let me take some pictures, see if this is what he wants. I took some pictures. I said, what would you pay for this? He told me. I went back to this guy. He was willing to pay what the guy was offering. I talked him down $500. I had a trailer. I brought it back. I had the trailer for the 45 minutes I had it on the truck. Brought it back, sold it, made $400. Because I knew I could make that, and it wasn't double my money, but it was $400 in the pocket. You do that. But if I don't think it's going to sell right away, I'm not paying a lot for it. If I think it'll sell right away, I'll pay up a little bit for it. But it's all with experience. You got to have experience. You got to know what to buy. That's why it's hard on Amazon. I'm trying to figure out what I should buy for Amazon. I bought used items. I can spot some of those, and I enjoy buying used items. But I also enjoy this Amazon thing where I ship them all into them and they take care of it after that. And so anyway, you have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.